10,000 viewers keeping us company over on YouTube. Shout out to everyone watching over on the Triton Poker Plus app. Hope you're enjoying the show. Been a fun one. I mean, so far today, it's been a bit of a bloodbath. The first 4 levels. It felt like there was a period of about 45 minutes when Brian and I were in. We just kept ping-ponging back and forth between the feature tables because it was just all in after all in.
It kind of feels like as of late, like when we get to the bubble time when play is supposed to slow down, it usually bursts like really fast, given what we've seen, you know, this stop and last stop, you know.
That's very true, actually. Like, compared to some smaller buy-in stuff that I've done outside of Triton, where the bubble in like a 2K main event just seems to drag for hours, these like 100K bubbles and like 200K bubbles, just like, okay, Randy, you ready, mate? It's going to take us an hour and a half, 2 hours, you know, to get in. And then no, 5 hands later,
I mean,
just the bubbles
remember what
burst.
happened to Feldman?
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
He didn't realize they were on a stone cold bubble, and he bubbled just like that.
Crazy, crazy stuff.
Got something brewing here. Jason Coon, top pair, diamonds, Muller, open in the straight draw. Saw pass the line from Coon. He should try and represent it with this 9. Do like the play. Of course, it's not going to work.
No, 40% from Muller. Jason makes the call. Let's see a brick river dealer. Let's see if Muller really wants to get after it against the 10-time champ. Oh, straight on board.
I'll take that card.
5 of clubs.
This is how greedy can you get with the 9 and get Jason to call. Finding that right price is very difficult and sometimes player dependent.
Smoky. The smoke come from 315.
There's the overbet.
315.
And Jason knows just how well studied Muller is, the crew that he hangs out with, one of Fedor Holtz's and Matthias Eibinger's students slash proteges. There is a mutual respect between both. Always sucks when you're calling for a chop. In this case, will not be chopping.
And what hurts in the spot is that Jason, the way he's played it too, and from +1 is rarely going to have 9x in his range, so it's going to make him feel like he's needs to call at a pretty high frequency just because Muller can just blast away, not expecting to ever get raised. A lot of the semi-bluff hands are 9x on the turn from Muller.
Oh no.
Is he going to ask for more?
Oh, Jason's going to hit him back with the raise to 900K.
So he just feels that Muller is just trying to bluff him off of a chop, playing the board.
Precisely. It's not going to work, and Muller, I believe, will be tournament chip leader if he makes the call here.
No, he's not folding. Definitely calling.
Well, I didn't.
2.1 million chip pot.
You had 10. I did too. You did?
I did too.
Misstep.
Diamonds and everything.
Raise.
跟他说分两次好一点。
Hands.
钱已经分掉了。
He's 3-betting again.
一定要做输赢。
This time with just king 8 suited.
I don't know how steamed up he is about the ace king versus the 2 queens potentially, but it does feel like all of a sudden
Am I playing with more chips behind? 那就完蛋了。如果人多个3、4个人，那就完蛋了。
Dropped the clutch in.
我说有啊，但我不喜
Shifted
欢。
gears. I'm not sure if we got a response on whether or not the chips he requested are in play in this particular pot. It would appear not, just based on the 255 figure that we're seeing.
It probably isn't, given he didn't really specify amount.
Yeah.
And it's not even clear to Jungle how much that amount would be, so it makes sense that's not in play.
So then Jungle will be the covering stack, a bet and a call of 30K, and now potentially an opportunity on the turn here for Hands to continue to tell the story. Ace comes off. Instead of doing that, he pumps the brakes, however. Jungle with 2 8s. I'm not sure he's rushing to get chips into the middle, but he does make a flush on the river.
Yeah, really nice for Jungle Man. Obviously, Ace. Wait, he's nodding off mid-hand. There's 158,000 in the middle.
I've been here, man. I've been here while I was doing 80 down the freeway, too. I'm just going to be honest. And the problem for Jungle is he doesn't have those little lane dividers to wake him up here. Grr, grr, you know. You've heard that noise, Randy.
I've done it in my time. I've done a 360. Okay.
Ooh.
I have. What I do know is that
achievement unlocked.
this 50K is gone.
But I got a flush.
Yeah. The guy that can't keep his eyes open.
You're
Can't
losing
lose
to
a
that
pot.
guy.
Here.
Suited one gapper takes us to 11,000 for ST. We'll play mystery card with Elton's holding. The flat call. Hands with ace-jack. That doesn't look like 11.
No, it doesn't, and he just 3-bet that king 7 of hearts and lost little chips in that hand.
60.
60s to play. 10s gonna be out.
Yeah, as we know, 5 deuce is the one that he'll 4-bet with.
Yeah, 5 deuce. King jack shouldn't be looking to play. ST's out.
I don't know why, but whenever an original raiser folds and then I'm left to give the action, it always bothers me. I'm like, really, guy? You leave me out here on my own?
It doesn't bother Elton. He's like, well, thanks for juicing up the pot a little bit for me. I've got better odds. 8-6-3. Not the board Hands was looking for, but he might still fire a continuation bet here.
这个分情况，就是说，你觉得他每一排的时候，你任意一排都可以势必的呀，对不对嘛？你看情况的嘛。这个牌是很垃圾的牌。那你刚刚是觉得他没牌吗？4清了吧？没有啊。
40.
40, the announcement. Elton doesn't look done with it.
His type of board.
Comes along. Oh, and top pair, top kicker. The product of this jack of clubs turn.
I'm jumping for joy if I'm Hands. Disguise turned. Top pair.
他不会
Not much connectivity. This is the spot where you just go for more value and jam a lot of rivers.
牌分位置。
He's playing a 274k stack. He actually checks. I'm very surprised because I feel like Elton has a lot of hands that will check back the turn.
师傅给徒弟打掉，等一下跳这么多。
没有，他问的就是那
And I don't think his intention is to play this
刚刚学的
as a
问题
check
嘛
raise.
这个我还是
Elton
会回答
does check back.
那肯定的，
Pot stays steady at 222.
很多。
I would think you would want to bet ace jack now
这个偶尔被你看到
after seeing the turn check
基本
through.
上很少很少的。
So often Elton has a single pair that isn't really looking to bet call it off on the river.
也或者他是个同花，同花是可以啊，对啊，同花是可以。杂花跟同花差很远的。
Elton was a flat caller pre-flop of the open. The only player to then
杂花是救回去吗？
call the 3-bet from hands. Pre-flop.
All in.
As we hear
Snapped
hands
off. Wow.
say all in, and he gets snapped by the second nuts.
哦，你拜拜。
哇，本来这把牌我被你打光了。
Nicely done by Elton, who flopped the open ender, gets there on the river. But they'll be doing so off stream. Haven't taken a moment to mention the fact that there are other cash games that do get played as the stream's happening. Generally speaking, it's been a $500, $1,000 blind game. Mystery card time. As we slap the blinders on Tan Xuan's holding. He has taken us to 12,000, and he plays it as a flat.
The one player that's very hard to predict what he's holding. A true mystery. Not even Sherlock Holmes could figure it out.
Was Sherlock Holmes that good of a detective? I guess he was, right? Pair of fives for Andy. Who would be Sherlock out of the two of us? Am I Watson? Watson was like smart when Sherlock got everybody in trouble, right?
Yeah,
You're Watson.
you're Sherlock
Yeah.
for sure.
You just saw the movie, didn't you? Yes, I knew it. I don't know why I knew that, but I knew that. Tan, 19,000. Don't know what he has. Nor does Andy need.
Yeah, but Andy's got the queen 5, and it's pretty good. Call in position, react accordingly. Often best hand. Especially on that turn card.
Yep, queen's up.
And the queen is not really meant to hit Andy too much, unless it's 2 diamonds. So he can really go meaty here if he wants. It would look a bit bluffy.
Whiskey night?
Third one. No, it's 46,000.
$46,000. The number drawn up as the board texture goes two-tone. Plenty of draws available.
True. Not impossible for that to be in either player's holdings. Of course, Andy's got 2 pair. If Tan was holding like a pair of 9s, he wouldn't be folding right now.
He's given this a good long think here. Multiple time banks already owed. And he's going upstairs to 175,000. Don't always make the assumption that just because Tan is in the tank that the call or the fold are the only options.
So he c-bet the flop, checked the turn, and opted to check raise. Note the stacks behind as well. This could get very big. And Andy, his turn bet is close to around 60% pot, so it's not as big, and maybe that induced Tan Xuan to go for a big check raise.
Mm.
130,000 more if you want to call, and there's still one to come.
Yeah, I think it's crossing his mind if he's just supposed to call here or re-raise. He is going to make the call here, and it's 424,000 in the middle. A multitude of straight draws and flush draws exist.
Given how deep these guys are, is there not an opportunity for queens and fives to deny equity to some of the draws, which, as we can see, if they are hearts or 10-jack, have hit?
I'll tell you this. If I'm Andy Nee, I hate that river card.
I do too.
It's hard to really pinpoint Tan Xuan whether he was on like a set or a big draw, whether it be a diamonds or hearts. But when he got bet called on the turn, he might be thinking that Andy could also be on those hearts. It could be those diamonds. They're both got potentially wide ranges, but what we do know is that Tan Xuan is grabbing a stack of white chips.
35.
350.
Oh boy. All of a sudden, deep levels of discomfort have been placed upon the shoulders of queens up, which, as you mentioned, hates to see this.
It doesn't feel like Tan Xuan's got like a two-pair holding at this point. So for me, it screams like hearts, maybe a Jack 10, maybe a set. In terms
Are there
of
bluffs?
value, yes,
Busted
of course.
diamonds?
Of course, there's bluffs.
You want a mill today?
Busted diamonds is the main bluff.
Now, I was up 1.5
What happened?
when you left. Then I went back down.
We've
and I
seen
came back
Andy
up. I had like
in
a-
these tough spots so
today.
many times. And he's made some good folds. He's going to make the call, and wow. Tan Xuan, ace-3 offsuit. Look at that call.
Just the naked ace of hearts is what he was putting to work after the busted wheel draw failed to come in.
买号不是到了吗？
还差一张。
See the wipe of the sweat from the brow of Andy Nee.
It's hard to see a 25K. I mean, the WSOP in Vegas only puts out a 10K dealer's choice. I actually didn't even know they were running that tournament here.
Would you have jumped in?
Well, had I known they were running it, I might have tried to work in something where today I was able to play, and if I did well today, I would have maybe tried to negotiate that end of the deal. But seeing that I didn't.
Listen, bro, you got to start selling our sweats, you know. Just say, hey, guys.
Well,
do
yeah,
you
I would
buy
have done
5% at face?
Yeah.
Sure, bro.
that. I would have done that.
I got you.
I would have done that. You, Ali, all three of the commentators, and James. There,
Yeah.
20%, no
There we
problem.
go. Boom,
And you guys
bro.
let me go play.
100%, man.
That's
That's
actually a good
like
idea.
the most profitable 5% buy of my life, mate. But no, Negrano has just been showered in that 25K.
What website are you using to check the?
Poker News. I think it's the only place, or maybe WSOP as well. How about this for Elis? He's turned a full house, and Masashi has come out with an overbet from the big blind. Just this guy, and I got the feeling he's going to follow through as well, you know.
Talk about timing. Like, some pretty bad timing here for that bet.
Makes the call. 216 out there. Oya with the overbet on the turn.
It's a little bit of a tougher ask to get like a 6 or an 8 to fold here.
Well, I guess we'll find out.
But I mean, no, 6s, we're not going to find out because he doesn't just have a 6, he has 6s.
No, I mean, if he's going to go for it or whether he
yeah.
thinks that it's tough to get a 6 or an 8 to fold.
See, you can't really have overpairs much, right? You're kind of just representing maybe 6s or 8s and mostly just quads. Is he gonna?
There it is. Snap. What? I mean, I understand the side, but
Ooh.
hold on, chat. There's us thinking he's gonna snap. Elis is genuinely pained by this river.
Well, let's see if he uses a time bank. Oh. Uh-oh, he's picking his cards up.
Makes the call.
No time bank.
King high, no good, my friend. Showers for Masashi. Huge pickup for Elis. 3 starting stack.
I think.
Yeah, 3 starting stack pot.
Is it a slow roll?
No, I just thought you had 5 6. Also, yes, it's 4. But it's okay. It's okay. Yeah.
Do you like Scott's answer? He basically answered both. It's like
Too much PLO.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, you forgot.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
That's brilliant. Very innocent and honest exchange between a PLO OG and a No Limit Hold'em OG.
Yeah, it's like, was it a slow roll? He gave some kind of bullshit no answer, but then was like, but yes, it was.